Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome back to the show. It's your boy Lex Money. It seems like the majority of people have given up on the market. There's not going to be an altcoin season anymore. Everybody wants to leave and sell their crypto. Now, this is great because we said a few months ago, we really need the sentiment to shift to the point where people are convinced that it's all over. Nothing's going to happen. We're never going to make gains for the market to have truly reset. Now, you look at this and it is crazy because Bitcoin's at 108K and people are fed up. And that's because of the altcoin market, guys, because nothing is happening in the altcoin market. Up, down, left, right, up, down, left, right. A lot of these altcoins still pretty much at or near their bear market lows. However, it's not all bad, guys. Now, this is going to be more Ethereum focused in this video because I do think the capital rotation into Ethereum is going to be the next step. And then it's going to be the select amount of altcoins that do start to get significant gains. Maybe not all of them are going to get gains that we hope for, but I do think if you have diversified pretty well, you're not full porting one coin that doesn't move, you should still do well with altcoins this season, guys, because I'm getting a record amount of comments now of people coming in, leaving hate comments, telling me there's no altcoin season, telling me why have I got a channel. We'll see what they say when the market does turn around. Now, over-the-counter sales falling off a cliff, or over-the-counter balances are falling off a cliff. This could be another Bitcoin supply squeeze, guys. Ethereum inflows going absolutely parabolic every single day. Ethereum inflows are just, they're just outperforming everything else. Okay, so this is something that you also need to bear in mind when people are just solely focused on the price and they're not focused on the fundamentals, they're not focused on what actually is going on in the ecosystem. They make rash decisions. They say certain coins are shit coins when really, under the hood, everything's going to plan, everything's going well, the price is just lagging, right? These are the people that are going to get caught when this metric starts to add up with the price, okay, and then they buy in at highs again, they buy in at all-time highs, and they make the same mistakes that they always make. Another reason I do believe people are ready to give up, and why, again, the emotional investors are going to get super wrecked, we're back in oversold territory, guys, okay? Right down here, someone drew a massive phallus-shaped chart and said this is a new pattern we're in, this is what the market feels like, and I guess it kind of does. But when you're in these oversold, like super oversold, multi-year oversold territory, guys, this is not when you sell. This is when all the smart money starts to accumulate. And again, just a reminder, inflows record highs compared to everything else, guys, at oversold levels. And this might be a narrative that we see today, but the Coinbase hacker is back. Just scooped up 4,000, nearly 5,000 ETH for 12 million after dumping 26,000 ETH for 69 million 2 months ago. But it doesn't really matter about these hackers, guys. We need to see what people like BlackRock are doing, right? They've accumulated a lot of ETH over the past year. 4.4 billion to be exact. Nearly 1.7 million Ethereum has been accumulated. Are BlackRock just gonna burn $5 billion? Or are they going to be placing it into investments that should see a decent amount of growth? I think I know what they're doing, guys. And something for you guys to think about. I mean, if we compare Coinbase to ETH, Coinbase already broke out from the bullish flag, and then it, had an extreme growth cycle after that. Ethereum looks like it is in the same pattern. They say an exact same pattern. It's not the exact same pattern, but it's very close, guys, right? We saw these tops. Probably a lot of people bought the Coinbase top here in the hype. Comes all the way down to lows like, 60-70% off, form a massive flag or megaphone pattern. Breakout target for this could be upwards of 3.5 to 4k, which would be the all-time high, guys. And on top of that, Ethereum transaction costs are insanely low right now, super undervalued. Okay, 10 cents yesterday to send the transaction. Anybody who was here in the past runs, you guys already know, we were having to spend a ridiculous amount on ETH transaction fees. So again, showing that the chain is improving over time. And is this still playing out? Remember, we still have our order blocks between 105k and 107k. Are we just trying to retest this breakout? Again, we'd like to see above this trend line being held. We can move this squiggle that we put last week, and we can see here mega support here, mega resistance here between 110 and 112k. Again, if we lose that and we come back down to the lower areas of the channel, we got so much stack support between 96k and 100k. So even if we come back down to here, we shouldn't really be getting too worried about it, guys. Now, you check out the Ethereum chart. We're in mega resistance right now. I posted this and everyone said, the market's gone the opposite way after a few daily candles. Remember, I'm looking at things from a longer term perspective, guys. Okay, so if we do break through here, that's super bullish. However, if we do come back down to retest these order blocks between, 2.1k at the absolute low, but maybe 2.3 to 2.5k, right, we should see a significant support. So anywhere at the median, maybe like 2.4k, would be a big level of support for Ethereum. So remember, we're looking on the longer term time frame, guys, looking on the daily and the weekly. But for all of you guys wondering about your altcoins, I mean, we're getting super close to the apex of this pennant, guys. And usually these things break out, or they have at least a decision time before we do enter the absolute apex, which would be in September. So, July to August, we're getting really, really close to the apex, guys. And again, this can feel like I'm a broken record. I'm saying the same thing over and over again. But you just look at the chart and it has to take time, guys. We're getting closer and closer to a decision time. If we do break to the upside, we've got targets of around 500 billion at the minimum. Our absolute sell should be no higher than 1.2 trillion ish, guys. Okay, so others chart, that's all of our small caps, is looking really good. Total 3 also not looking too bad. Again, I was under the impression that we were going to come down and retest this lower area of the channel, but so far Total 3 has been holding up pretty well as well, and that's because Bitcoin has been holding up well. Ethereum's been holding that resistance line. We haven't had any harsh rejections, so we're going to get some information in the market over the coming weeks. I don't expect it to be these tiny little candles for the next coming weeks. Either we're going to make a move to the upside around 880 billion, or we're going to start to break back down again to around 770 billion. Only time's going to tell, but right now all we need to do is absolutely nothing. Just a waiting game, guys. So that's it. You guys let me know how you feel about the market. Have you given up? Are you ready to leave? Am I on the wrong side of the trade? You guys let me know if you think there's going to be an alt season. And I'm going to get into the altcoins later today. If you want that, like the video, subscribe. See you in the next one. Peace.